We looked at the coordinating conjunctions. Now it's time to look at the subordinating conjunctions. We have already looked at subordinating conjunctions, and these help us make complex sentences. We looked at this structure in lesson 4, so if you forget about it, maybe you can look at lesson 4 again. The subordinating conjunctions for cause and effect are because, since, and as. How do we show cause and effect with because, since, as? How do we connect these ideas? I want you to try first. So look at these two simple sentences and connect these ideas, and I want you to write one complex sentence for because, one for since, and one for as. I'll give you about 30 seconds. Okay. Let's have a look. So remember, subordinating conjunctions have a structure that help us write complex sentences. So you have subject, predicate, connector, subject, predicate, or you can have the connector first, then subject, predicate, comma, subject, predicate. Remember, you can review this structure in lesson 4. Now, because, since, as, all of these introduce the cause. So all of them will be connected to I am standing in the rain. We don't actually have an effect that we introduce with a subordinating conjunction. So when you're using cause and effect, you introduce the cause with the subordinating conjunctions because, since, as. Here you can see I am wet because I am standing in the rain, or I am wet since I am standing in the rain, or as I'm standing in the rain. All of these are the correct order for using because, since, as. So you just use them the same way. But we should talk a little bit more about because, as, and since. There are some differences. Now, generally, we can just substitute because, as, and since. They have the same structure, and they all introduce the cause or the reason. But because usually focuses on the cause or the reason. So it introduces the reason and it focuses on it. So when we are writing, we will use because if the reader doesn't know the reason. So maybe the reason is not clear and we want to explain why. So we use because. Since and as usually focuses on the effect or the result because we already know the reason. So if the reason is clear, it's obvious. If the reader knows the reason, then since or as is better because actually it focuses more on the result or the effect. Is this confusing? Well, just look at the bottom of the screen and you will see an example. Since you aren't working on Saturday, we should meet. Now, why did I say since? Well, maybe in this situation, we both already know you aren't working. We already have this information. So we both know, we both are aware, and this information is clear and obvious, and I want to focus on we should meet. So I introduce the clear reason with "you aren't working," with "since." But I'm really focusing on "since" and "as" can be very useful when you are writing some formal essays and things like that, because often we want to give a reason that the reader already knows. So "since" and "as" are quite useful in formal writing. Okay, are you ready to look at the 2 new structures that you haven't seen in this course yet? Let's do it.